We are back here in Pillars of Eternity. We are standing in the town of Stalwart, I believe it's called. We've just arrived here in the White Marches DLC. When we got here, there was a huge attack of ogres. This building here was burned down. We talked to the mayor. And when we left off, this guy Tealdor was trying to talk to us. So, let's go see what he has to say. Oh, hello. I heard I might find you here. A stocky, red-faced man gives you a pleasant, if awkward, smile. Pleasure to meet you. I'm the, captain of the militia around here. Really? I didn't see you during the ogre attack. See, I was, guarding the Gref's Rest. Someone had to make sure those ogres didn't burn it down like they did Katie's house. Damn shame, that. He frowns and shakes his head solemnly. I wanted to catch you before you went running off into the wilds. See, there's a few dangerous folk you might be on the lookout for. Plus, if you're heading out to Longwatch Falls, I thought you could pick up a thermal pearl for me. He looks away and twists the toe of his boot into the snow, like a 6-year-old. It doesn't say that, but that's what I thought. That's what I think when I hear twists the toe of his boot into the snow. You want me to find a thermal pearl for you? That's the thing. I already found it. I just need someone else to go out and get it. Saw it in the hot springs up near Longwatch Fall. Would have grabbed it myself, but that's when I looked around and saw the Lagafith. Must have been 50 of them. He spreads his arms wide. I would have fought, but I started to wonder what the rest of Stalwart would do without me. So I ran. For the sake of the village, of course. Okay, what is a thermal pearl anyway? Oh, they form in the hot springs. Something to do with all the minerals in the water. Smell kind of funny, but they're full of minerals. Just have to crumble them into a pint. He grins, and you notice that his gums are bleeding. I see. I think I understand what all this is about now. Like I said, the pearl's in one of those thermal pools near Longwatch Falls. Shouldn't be hard to spot. Tell me more about Longwatch Falls. It's east of Stalwart. Got some nice views of the valley, but most folk avoid it these days. Plenty of wilder nearby, and it only takes a few inches of snow to block the pass. If you're heading out that way, I'd suggest talking to Thirsk. He might have something to help deal with the Lagafith. Okay, you have a lot of funny words around this place. Thirsk and Lagafith. And I think I'm pronouncing all of that wrong, but, you guys write your words funny up here for some reason. That's all I needed to know. Stop by Thirsk's place when you leave town. His is the house next to mine. He's, next to the mines. Not next to my house, next to the mines. There's mines around here, apparently. He's a veteran hunter. Thirsk is, that is. Thirsk is a veteran hunter who knows the wilds better than anyone. Okay. Hey, you said something about dangerous folk in the wilderness. Oh, we got our share of crazies out there. Most of them aren't even from the village. He laughs at his own joke. Haha, get it? The crazies, not from the village? Because there's a bunch of crazy people in the village. Haha, haha. Anyway, the latest groups I've heard of were the Gleaming Society and the Sisterhood of the Slaked Skull. But Renningild set aside some bounty money to see that these troublemakers were taken care of. You bring me the heads of their leaders and I'll give you the payment. Oh, you're a bounty hunter. I think I read something about that. I want to know about the Gleaming Society. Crazy pack of radicals that wants to topple governments and kill the wealthy. Makes the War of Defiance look like a good fight. Duke Avar and the regent of Raed Saris both declared them illegal, which is probably the only thing those two would agree on. Hey, I think Duke Ivar is dead now. Did you not get the news? Anyway, no, I hadn't heard that actually. The sentence continues in a way that I don't remember how it was before. I wish I could go back. Oh, I can. Hey, there we go. It's the only thing, they're all. Everybody declared them illegal, which is probably the only thing those two groups would agree upon, or would have before all that murder and mayhem in Defiance Bay. He frowns, scratching the back of his neck. Oh, it looks like we have heard about the Defiance Bay mayhem after all. Yeah, that's right, I just said that Duke Ivar's dead. Anyway, check Longwatch Falls to the east. That's where they were last seen. I'm adding a lot of context to these dialogues. Who leads the Sisterhood of the Slaked Skull? That'll be Metzla. All of the members of the Sisterhood worship Bereth by sending as many folk back to the wheel as they can. He shivers. They've been poking around Durgan's battery, and Whale only knows why, but you can understand why no one around here was pleased to hear about it. I suppose so. Passed through town recently, didn't stay long, but they stopped at the Temple of Andra. You might see if Lafta knows something. If you come across them, be careful. They're unpredictable. Okay, let's talk about something else. Actually, never mind. I'm gonna leave now. I have a new task to find a thermal pearl. And bounties on the Gleaming Society and the Sisterhood of the something something. Sisterhood of the Slaked Skull, I think it said. So, first we're going to the Gref's Rest.
Don't see the harm. Building's thirsty work.
Oh, what are you saying there, Rayfold?
Figured you'd be out of here in a flash after the fighting died down. Most people don't stick around after they figure out the ogres are making regular visits. I would have helped fight them monsters off, you know, if I didn't think I'd just get in the way. And with you there to handle things, everything turned out well enough, didn't it? Don't see why Havrick's still sour at me.
What's this about Havrick?
Oh, Havrick's the innkeeper over at the Grave's Rest. I may have been hiding in the inn when the fighting started. The raid didn't improve his disposition any. Did you know he has a whole case of Fenland liquor in there? I keep offering to buy it off him, but he says he's saving it up for when the battery's open again. As if we're gonna last that long. Anyhow, he said he'd thrash me up and down the mountain if I didn't leave him be.
You hid away while everyone else risked their lives?
That's what Havrick said, actually. Look, I'm not proud of it, but I'm no warrior. What am I gonna do? Throw a net on them?
And now you're worried about some fancy drink.
They say a single drop changes your life. You'll never want to have a drink of anything else. Probably that's all rubbish, but it's supposed to be very good.
I see.
It's delusional is what it is. Hey, look, maybe, not that you have the face for it or anything, but maybe you could help me out.
Oh, bravo. Subtle indeed.
Havrick keeps all the good stock in the inn cellar. Out of sight, you see. I mean, it's bound to be under lock and key, but I'm sure he wouldn't miss a single bottle. Not with everything that's going on.
And what do I get out of this?
I'll pay you for it. I swear it. We'll split my wages. And the bottle, too, if you like. I just want to be able to say these lips have tasted the best the Ishamael Plains have to offer.
Has anyone ever told you you're a little strange, Rayfold?
Nothing so kind. You try living here a few years and see how you turn out.
So he wants me to steal a bottle of liquor for him. Nice. So we might check the Temple of Andra, they said. We might... Feels like we just need to kind of go everywhere and talk to everyone. but we do need to rest. We were told to go to the inn, which I need to do anyway because I need to rest. The Graves Rest, as everybody keeps pronouncing it.
For them, they'd be walking that fiery path instead of warming their hands at it.
Durance, I don't think anybody wants to walk over a fire pit. The sea beheld her love, shining bright from on high, says the bard. She bade him come down from his palace in the sky. Or perhaps the bard is singing. I'm not so sure.
Oh, Mina, go check on that Orland. Make sure he don't steal nothing.
Hello, Hefrick.
Never seen such a bloodbath. Feels like we got half the town's survivors in here, just drinking to forget it.
The dwarf surveys the crowd, his expression sober despite the half-empty flagon by his hand. He shakes his head and looks to you, remembering himself.
But I hear you helped drive the ogres out. Didn't know you furry folk had it in you.
He scratches his beard, frowning. I'm gonna roll my eyes and say nothing.
You're welcome to warm yourself here. Got hot food and cozy beds. Though your cousin seems to have holed up in one of my rooms.
He nods at the wall in the direction of the rooms. Another Orland? I don't have a cousin here.
That's a relief. Can't see you having anything in common with a good-for-nothing layabout like that anyways.
He nods his approval at you.
Showed up a few days ago, sticks his nose out of the back room just long enough to empty his chamber pot.
He squints toward the hall as if daring the Orland to show himself.
Up to no good, I tell you. I'd like nothing more than to see him gone, but I don't want to ruckus over it.
What makes you so sure he's trouble?
We get our share of lowlifes coming through here. Smugglers, fugitives, Kith looking to avoid the sharp eye of the law. Ways keeping to himself. Well, honest Kith sure don't have cause for it.
Oh, the old, you have nothing to fear if you haven't done anything wrong. I see. I see how it is around here. I guess I could talk to him. He's my cousin, after all.
Don't hurt him or anything. I just want him to leave peacefully. Given your history, I thought I'd be clear on that point.
He gives you a meaningful look. What do you know about my history?
Back to warm your hands, eh? What can I do for you?
I thought you might want to know that Rayfald outside asked me to steal your liquor.
He did he? Suppose he didn't expect you'd be the honest sort.
Ha 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 ha.
I'll have it put away somewhere safe. Thank you for doing the decent thing. Here, for your honesty.
Thank you. New quest overstaying his welcome. Hefrick, the innkeeper at the Graves Rest, thinks there's something suspicious about one of his guests. According to him, the Orland staying in one of the rooms has been behaving strangely, and Hefrick would like someone to get to the bottom of things. Quest failed. A lovely drop. It didn't fail. I got 200 copper out of it. There's the cook. This large piece of stone is adorned with an engraving of a hammer and chisel, though the writing beneath it is too worn away to read. Hey, there's a couple of folk down here with names. Hey there, good timing. You can watch me trounce Beer Twin. I used to play a game like this in Masuk. Good fun. Eloth frowns. Looks like a good way to lose a finger. Once, Andred. You won once. What are you playing? Orland's Head. Andred grins sheepishly. That's, what they call it anyhow. Smooth. You pick a target, see? Nose or ears. Nose is worth more, but you've got 2 ears to work with. You get less points the further out from the target you get, so for the mouth and eyes, no points if you miss. Fancy a game? 3 throws each, and whoever gets the most points by the end of it wins the wager. I'll put down 50 pans if you will. That seems a little tasteless. Come on, it's just a name. Besides, I've only just memorized which parts are worth what. We can't change it now. Sure, let's play. Oh, it's a thing, okay. Andred pulls a throwing knife from his belt, turning it over in his hands. Wager's 50 pans, you in? Wager's 50 pans, are you in? Sure, let's play. Good man, I'll go first just to show you how it's done. Andred aims carefully and throws his blade. The knife hits the ear, scoring 7. Andred walks up to retrieve the knife. Your turn. I'm gonna aim for the nose. The knife hits the fur, scoring 2. Oh, I did poorly. Andred aims carefully and throws his blade. The knife hits the ear, scoring 7. Andred walks up to retrieve the knife. Your turn. I'm gonna aim for the ears again. Or for the first time. The knife hits the eye, scoring 5. Andred aims carefully and throws his blade. Hits the fur, scoring 2. I'm gonna aim for the nose again. The knife hits the mouth, scoring 5. That's 12 for you and 16 for me. The game's mine. The coin too, Andred snickers. Come on back if you want to try again. I don't know. I didn't do very good at that game. I don't think I want to play anymore. I'm taking my marbles and going home. Oh, there's another named person down here.
Still can't feel my fingers.
Fira.
Thought I'd found shelter when I stumbled across this little village. Guessing you did too, huh?
Fira raises a frosty mug to you. Even though the warmth of the hearth reaches you here, her hands are wrapped in weirwool and her ears muffled by a hat. Her face has the taut, wind-beaten look of someone who's recently come from the road.
As much blood as there was in the streets, I'm lucky the ale's still flowing.
She takes a drink, and as she tilts her head back, you see a bruise purpling her jaw and the crimson bloom of scraped knuckles. So, what exactly happened to you, Fira?
Thought all the whispers about Durgan's battery were just village superstition. And maybe they are. But I might have been on my guard if I'd listened. I was part of an expedition, hunting for relics from Durgan's battery. I picked up a good haul, too.
She takes a slow swallow of her beer. Hey, this is perfect because I'm interested in Durgan's battery.
So it figures that's when the winds pick up and the sky starts dumping snow. We lost sight of the road. Meanwhile, something else found us. Took Liam out before we even realized we were surrounded. And then we see him coming out of the snow. These little 4-armed wilder. Lagufoth, they're called.
Lagafoth. She shakes her head, staring at the embers in the fire pit.
Quick little bastards. Francesca and I held them off as long as we could, but when they filled her full of darts, I turned tail and ran. Found my way here and thanked my luck for escaping the Lagufoth. Then come to find out that this town's got an ogre problem.
She laughs bitterly. Lagafoth. I'm never gonna get that pronounced right. What are you gonna do now?
I need to get those artifacts. Not that I'm in any shape to go after them myself. But I can't afford to return to Defiance Bay without something to show for my expedition.
Apprehension creeps into her expression. She stares into her mug, swirling its contents.
You're in the merchant business. You know what it means to lose a month's worth of goods.
Oh, you're right. I am a merchant. I am a merchant from the Deadfire Archipelago. I finally have an occasion to use my character's backstory in a conversation. I know exactly what it means to lose a month's worth of goods. I was chased out of the Deadfire Archipelago, I think. Way back at the beginning of the game. I think I was talking to Kalishka, and I think I heard or saw, or I think I said that I was chased out of the Deadfire Archipelago, and I was laying low here or something. I don't know. I don't remember why I left the Deadfire Archipelago, but it's just nice to have my character's backstory in a dialogue for a change. Fira looks up from her mug, hopeful, wondering why Drem is going on and on about his character's backstory.
I'll give you a cut for anything you bring back, of course. I ain't asking for charity. I just can't afford to go home empty-handed.
She brushes her nails along the side of her mug as that anxious look returns. Well, tell me what you're looking for.
Like I said, we were treasure hunting near Durgan's Battery when we were ambushed. What else do you want to know?
Renningild told me that another expedition came through before I arrived. Was that you?
Who?
Renningild?
No, that would have been somebody else. We didn't meet with Renningild, or anyone else in town for that matter. We were operating on our own.
She looks into the fire pit, taking another drink. Why are these relics so important to you?
We took out several loans to pay for our trip out here. I'm gonna have trouble if I don't pay them back.
She scratches the back of her neck in the classic sign of anxiety that is always used in every cartoon. I can't help. Don't mind me, but I'm just gonna examine your teeth for a minute. As Fira talks, you notice that her teeth and gums are stained with dark spots. Oh, I see, you're a drug addict. What do you know about Durgan's Battery, anyway?
Just that it's been locked up tight for 200 years on account of those dwarves having a row. Which means that any trinkets from inside fetch a nice price. Sorry, I'm more of a businesswoman than a historian.
Remind me where I can find your caravan?
What's left of it should be near Durgan's Battery. If you stumble across the Logavoth, you'll know you're close.
Okay, goodbye. Enjoy your drug habit. A new quest. A good haul. Fira, a traveling skald and expeditioner, was attacked by Logavoth near Durgan's Battery. She lost her companions and their artifacts. She'd like the former avenged and the latter retrieved. Heferick, the innkeeper, thinks there's something suspicious about one of his guests, the Orlan. There's a lot of anti-Orlan sentiment around here. Okay, the bard's still singing over there. Well, I guess we might as well go look for this Orlan. Is the Orlan upstairs or downstairs? Where is this Orlan I'm supposed to find? You guys seen any Orlans around here? Don't mind me, I'm just barging into everybody's room. Ha ha ha. Are you an Orlan? Oh, Owina.
Excuse me, was there something you need?
She knits her fingers together and looks intently at the floor. Never mind. Bye. Aleph, are you the Orlan?
Not to be rude, but I'm rather busy. Can't you get another room?
The Orlan turns and glances past you with a quick, nervous motion. His ears, shredded and scalloped at the edges, are pressed against his skull. This one hides something. His mind is a maze of fear. Heferick sent me to check on you. He dislikes Orlan, so of course he thinks you're up to something.
What? Oh no. No.
He runs his claws through his hair and tugs at his long, ragged ears. Can't imagine why he'd think a thing like that, Aloth says.
Is she there? Did you see her?
He leans around you, peering at the doorway. Who are you talking about?
Devala. That woman. The slaver, she...
He swallows.
I was a slave in Raid Ceres. I ran away, made it here. The mountains are usually the best place to lose slavers, but Devala's one of the best.
His hands tremble as he picks at his worn tunic. That's terrible. There must be something we can do. Wait, perhaps we should tell someone. Stalwart wouldn't stand for this.
Slavery may be illegal here, but I wouldn't be the first runaway to get nabbed in a town like this, while some local trapper gets a nice payday. Besides, you spoke with Havric. I've kept to myself and paid on time, and he assumes the worst.
Well, you have a fair point there.
I just want to get out of here. I've scraped together enough money to reach New Haelmar.
Okay. New Haelmar? That's hardly an improvement. He stops himself, eyes wide. I mean, it's lovely. You'll love it, Aloth says.
But the locals talk about a Raid Saren party, camped west of town.
He worries at a ragged shirt sleeve.
It's got to be Devala. She's been after me since the foothills. I'll pay you if you can get rid of her. I don't care how.
All right, I'll do it.
Thank you. But be careful. She wouldn't have come alone.
Is that the woman that's in the room down the hall? I'll just close the door so nobody... Oh, I can't close the door. Are you Devala? That's Owinen. Who's Devala? Where am I supposed to find this Devala woman? Trek down the slave hunter. Aleph is hiding from Devala, a slave hunter who followed him from the Raid Ceres. He can't leave town until she's been dealt with. Rumor has it that a party of Raid Sarens has made camp somewhere west of town. I see. So should I report back to the barkeep? I do need to rest, though.
Warm your hands, eh? What can I do for you?
I'd like a room.
Top quality bear pelts on every bed. You won't be disappointed.
I'd better not be, or I'll kill everyone in here. And put their heads on spikes. Just out of spite. What is that? Oh, recruit adventurers. Let's get the Golden Whale Room. We have tons of money to spend on a nice room for the night. Okay, let's head out of here. Don't run through the fires. Man, I have a splitting headache. Hey, Rayfault, I turned you in. Haha.
If you weren't gonna fetch the liquor for me, you didn't have to tell Havric about it. Now he's banned me from the inn altogether.
Sorry, I figured it'd keep you out of trouble.
Out of trouble? It was only a drink. Now I get to die sober when the ogres come back. Right, fair enough. What do you want?
Nothing. Bye. That's pretty funny. The Grave's Rest. Why is it pronounced so weird? Oh, Manaha. That looks suspiciously like a person I can recruit into the party. Because it's a name on the map there. Are you Menaha?
Ha, that's what I get for asking directions in the middle of nowhere.
Hello.
Say, I don't suppose you've seen any mysterious old buildings in the mountains lately, have you?
The Yamawa wears an assortment of bangles, bands, cuffs, and chains as thick as armor. She watches you with a raised eyebrow and eyes gleaming with mirth. Do you mean Durgan's Battery?
No, but I've heard that name a lot around here. I'm looking for the Abbey of the Fallen Moon. It's an obscure temple dedicated to Andra.
Why are you looking for the Abbey?
I'm a gift bearer. My job is to gather tokens of things people want forgotten and surrender them to the Lady of Lament. Best place to do that is the Abbey of the Fallen Moon.
According to my lore score of 8, gift bearers usually dispose of tokens in the sea. Why are you going to the Abbey?
Well, you throw some things into the sea and maybe they wash up on shore one day. But you want something really good and forgotten, you take it to the Abbey.
Eder stares at Durrance with a half-crazed look in his eyes, scratching his beard in contemplation. His smile broadens as he thinks. Why are you staring at Durrance, Eder? And smiling. Oh, I see, Eder, you're thinking about throwing Durrance into the Abbey, so he'll disappear forever. I get it now. I get the joke. Anyway, Menaha, what kinds of tokens do you take?
Anything that represents a moment or a memory someone wishes to leave behind. Well, love notes, awkward family heirlooms, bad poetry, the kinds of things you want to forget.
Okay. So what are you taking to the Abbey now?
The Abbey's all about forgetting. Wouldn't be much forgetting if I told you about it, would there?
I suppose not.
I might be here a while. Half the villagers have never heard of the Abbey, and the ones that have, no one knows where it is. So I'm trying to think of this as an extended holiday, in a remote mining village that smells like fish.
Well, I've got business in the region. We could travel together.
You won't regret it. I've got a lovely singing voice.
Oh, boy. Yay. What is she? She's a barbarian. Ooh. Well, she can replace Palagina,
Our paths shall part.
the paladin. Woohoo! She should go up front. Second place there. And she should be Berserk? Starts combat with wild sprint to head toward the enemy with the lowest deflection. Uses frenzy. And barbaric yell at will. Will use Heart of Fury if per rest is enabled. I mean, it seems like a berserker should behave like a berserker. I don't know what a berserker does. I guess we'll find out. What is your name again? Menaha. Menaha? Menaha. Okay, welcome to Drem's giant dragon slaying merchant crew. Menaha. I don't know where we're going now, though. This temple. I'll find it without your help. Not giving up, you hear me? Charlatans. I'll... ... Dot, dot, dot. Dot, 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 dot. Dot, dot. When I think of the rest of this sentence, you'll be sorry. Dot, dot, dot. I'll... ... Dot, dot, dot. Oh, the cutscene is over. I thought he was going to say something else. Hey there, Okran. What are you going to do if you ever think of the end of that sentence? A dwarf paces with his head down and arms crossed, only stooping to hurl glances at the building behind him. His face is smeared dark with grime, and soot falls from his beard as he mumbles to himself. Work my hands into bloody stumps in this place, and for what? He kicks at a mound of dirty snow. I'm not sure, but I think you're upset about something, Okran. Start with nothing, leave with less. He extends his arm out. Who were you yelling at? At idiots, that's who. And I'm as much to blame for believing them. The dwarf wrinkles his nose, nostrils flaring like a horse. Well, good riddance. Shouldn't never settled here in the first place. Should have never settled here in the first place. Some things you mean to leave behind, come to find out you packed them anyway. I don't know what that means, Okran. But I'm not leaving until I recover what's mine. They can't deny me again, not after this. Okran gestures at the burnt-out buildings. Those sweet-tongued priests took my heirlooms. Bury the memory of my past, they said. Now I don't even have that. Now I don't have even that. I take it you gave something of yours to one of Andra's gift-bearers. Okran takes his gaze away from the ground and gives you a sideways glance. Well, you're quick. Wish I had had those wits when they spoke of peace and redemption in the eyes of the goddess. Those priests, Andra's dogs, said the goddess would forgive, that some things are best left to be forgotten. He nods toward the nearby temple. Their leader, Lefta, I believed her words. Another one of them, a gift-bearer, took my medallion. He closes his stocky hand into a fist. Now they won't tell me where it is. Well, lucky for you, I just met a gift-bearer. Maybe you gave it to her. Why won't they tell you? Because they think they know better, that's why. Said it was the only way I'd forget. What did you want to forget about your past? That was a different life, better days, until... Okran closes his eyes and shakes his head. Motes of soot fall onto his hunched shoulders. I can't help but notice you did another ... thing where you didn't finish your sentence. It's my burden to bear, not yours. I thought to cast it away, but the memories I lost were all the wrong ones. What else did you give the priests? The dwarf casts a measuring look at you. He quickly turns his head away and nods. You'd understand its value. My armor, a set finer than I've ever seen, but worthless to an old dwarf. I'd have traded it for the medallion, but fool that I was, I gave them both. Well... They usually respond better to tact than tirades. Most people do, actually. The dwarf grunts. Sharp metal always used to win me arguments, but I see your point. I'd be surprised if they return it willingly. They believe it's a sacred duty to cast the offerings to the goddess in some place where they'll be forgotten. Better to find where they dropped them, I think. What's Lafta's role in all this? She leads that group of crows. They took over the temple as folks started to leave. Came to unburden those that sought to forget their misery here, they say. Tell me about this medallion you want to recover. It belonged to my sister. It was just a pretty trinket to her. To me... ... The dwarf casts his gaze down. Again, this is the third time you've done that. You trailed off. You started to say a sentence, and then you just stopped. You know, it's one thing when you do that when you're talking, but, you know, I do that a lot when I'm talking. But I feel like if you're writing your sentences down, you should be able to finish the sentence. Okran continues. She was the last of my family. At least that still acted like family to me. I just ignored all that stuff you said about the ... Okay, well, apparently that's all I have to say to you. Goodbye. I don't expect luck to grace me now, but if you find anything, I'll be here. Count on it. He gives you a vigorous nod. Well, I see you finished that sentence. Wow, you guys, there's a lot in this little town. There's a lot to look at. Let's go into the temple here. Where'd the music go? The music's disappeared. There's some music. Hello, Lafta. Veins course under this woman's pale skin like icy fissures, yet when she speaks, her voice flows warm and soothing. Andra welcomes you into her embrace. Her features soften with compassion. We're here to ease the pain of your past, ready to take your burdens. With a thin smile, she nods. If you let the goddess help with your hardships, of course. I want to ask you about Okran's heirloom. The dwarf already asked. We gave him the counsel he needed. Slight irritation sharpens her tone. She seems to catch herself, modulating her voice back to a pleasant timbre. And naturally, we'll do what we can for you, too. Ask what you will. Okran wants his medallion back. She brings her hands together and nods. Ah, Okran, how often we let the shadows of the past become a burden even to others. That medallion, it weighs on Okran's mind. You're kind to help, but what he really needs is to cast away those memories. He's lost everything. How can you take away the only thing left from his past? Okran's soul feeds on regret. Starving it may seem harsh, cruel, but if left unchecked, it will consume him until there's nothing left. His belongings, his past, now rest in Andra's realm, to be forgotten so that the wounds of the soul may heal. This is the will of the goddess. Her will flows in tides. Her will flows in tides. Maybe Okran still needs the medallion to discover how to forget. For a moment, the priestess scans the floor before her, as if in search for an answer. She nods. You're well versed in the intricacies of our faith. No use in hiding anything from someone like you. There's no need to quarrel over the mysteries of a goddess's will. I'll tell you what you wish to know. Okran's heirloom was taken by Ixtli, chosen gift-bearer among us, to be cast away as an offering to Andra. Only he knows where. She pauses and looks at you intently. You could ask him yourself, but he's on a trek through the mountains of Durgan's Battery. If you run into Ixtli, tell him he has urgent duties to attend to here. Tell me about your gift-bearer. Ixtli had business near Durgan's Battery. Those mountains are dangerous. If you insist upon carrying out this request of Okran's, then that's where I'd search for answers. It's hard to believe that only the gift-bearer knows where Andra's offerings are cast away. Is it? Our goddess frees us from our earthly burdens. It's best if only one of us knows where they are taken, lest we all end up suffering under their weight. Okay, let me ask you something else. Tell me about Andra. Andra's the goddess of redemption, deep like an ocean and gentle as a mother. She's here to relieve her children of their darkest burdens. We came here to aid the villagers, to heal the wounds of the past that fester in their souls. I thought Andra was the goddess of loss and mourning, not redemption. The priestess crosses her arms and shifts her weight. That's a common notion. Others may believe so, but the goddess's mysteries are profound. Her true power lies in redeeming your loss and regret. I heard that worshippers of Barath visited you recently. Little happens around here that doesn't end in the mouths of villagers, but we're obliged to assist everyone, regardless of their faith. A group of women came to us, yes. Their leader wanted to know of Durgan's Battery. I obliged and pointed them in its direction. They left as quietly as they arrived, which didn't make us any less concerned about their true intentions. This place has grown dangerous enough already. Is there anything else you can tell me about the gift-bearers? Gift bearers do Andra's most valued work. They carry the material burdens of unfortunate souls into their embrace so that the goddess may help them forget. Okay, well, farewell then. Lafta claimed that only Ixtli, a gift-bearer, knows the location of Okran's medallion. Unfortunately, he's still on a journey near Durgan's Battery. Well, it sounds like we're supposed to go to Durgan's Battery. Who's this Quexatel? Kexatel? A young man dressed in sturdy leathers glares at you. The creases in his face, tanned, despite the scarce sunlight of the region, suffers a slight twitch as you approach him. I've got nothing for you. Speak with Lafta if you must. He turns away, his nose wrinkled. Okay. Bye. I guess we don't get to talk to that guy. Oh man, I haven't even been through half the village yet. There's a lot here in Stalwart Village. But I am tired now, so I'm gonna stop. And we will resume next time, probably doing a little bit more exploring of this village before we head out to Durgan's Battery, because it looks like all roads are gonna take us to Durgan's Battery. Anyway, that's all for now. See ya.